I don't actually need a new computer. Actually, it's worse than that. I have too many computers. Maybe my picking up a MacBook Neo on launch day is a sign that I'm giving in to the massive hype surrounding a device I truly could live without. Maybe it's just another symptom of my gadget shopping addiction. But maybe, just maybe, it's exactly what I need. I need a totally distraction-free writing experience. The time I've spent writing over the past several months has taught me how much I'd like it to be a basis for my career going forward. I want a writing situation that feels purpose-built for that task, and I really feel like the no-frills approach to the new budget-oriented MacBook may provide an easy in for my scenario. MacBook Neo is, at its core, a student-oriented laptop. At around $600 USD, it feels to me to have an extremely solid build. The typing experience is lovely, and its trackpad is hands down the best feeling mechanical trackpad I've ever used. I got the Indigo one with 512 gigabytes of storage and Touch ID. And yes, though I've long since graduated, I decided to use the educational discount because the school I graduated from allows alumni to use educational pricing, so I figured it would probably be justifiable. Please don't come after me, Apple. So far, I do slightly miss the backlit keyboard of my MacBook Air, but honestly, just in the course of writing the script for this video, I got used to it mostly. It's actually been an overall pleasant experience not to have those LEDs shining in my eyes or reflecting off the screen in the dark, and I've really enjoyed the greater focus it's given me on the actual content I'm writing. As an aside, I typically will do a lot of writing while I'm getting my son to bed, so I'm in a dark room sitting on the floor while he's up on his bed falling asleep, so I'm dealing with that situation a lot. I will, however, definitely miss the forced touch gesture of looking up words or phrases as I go along, as apparently it's become fairly second nature to me when using the MacBook Air. One more sort of first impressions note that I think is actually pretty important is that in addition to lacking a backlight on its keyboard, in my opinion, the keys also lack what I consider appropriate contrast in their labeling. The thin typeface they chose to put on it, combined with its light blue coloring, makes it so you really need just the right angle to the lighting in the room to see what every keycap says. I will say, recording in my office right now, the laptop is here, and the light is over there, and the visibility is pretty good. It's more direct lighting from above, which will probably be pretty common in a lot of scenarios, especially for students. That's where it kind of gets tough to see what the keycaps say. Anyway, for that reason, although the power profile and pricing of the machine might make it a great sort of laptop you buy for your grandma, unless she's a decent touch typist, she'll likely have some problems using this otherwise excellent keyboard. The sad thing is, they could have just made the font bold and maybe thrown some serifs in there, and it would have been far easier to read. I do recognize, of course, that I've had a very limited amount of time in which to make this judgment, but I've also been working with a beigey low-free keyboard for well over a year now that has the exact same issue. It aggravates me that Apple especially, who has previously championed accessibility in their devices, has now done this in addition to creating macOS 26 with all its visibility shortcomings. But moving on from my keyboard rant, I do love that it's mostly a bit smaller than the MacBook Air. When I travel, every cubic centimeter counts, since I often prefer a one backpack luggage setup, and its very slight increase in thickness doesn't seem to be a bother at all. Yes, the screen is smaller, and it does feel a bit dimmer, though I haven't directly compared them side by side in that respect. I don't miss the notch though, and this will be great for throwing a document up on my screen and just typing away. I'm testing light video editing on it as well for this video series, and while I don't expect miracles, I know the A18 Pro it uses is capable of the style of editing I typically do. Plus, I'm not too worried about the display's color accuracy, as I usually just throw the Panasonic LUT that comes with DaVinci Resolve on my videos and call it a day. I'm really excited that since I got the Touch ID model, I also got the one with 512 gigabytes of storage. I know it's not very fast storage, but seeing as its fastest port is a 10 gigabit per second USB-C port, and its Wi-Fi is likely to be much slower than that, the roughly 10 gigabit per second SSD speeds I've seen benchmarked are more than adequate. The speakers on it are fine, though I'll likely just use external ones or AirPods if I ever need to listen to something important. The lack of MagSafe charging is honestly some pretty egregious penny pinching on Apple's part, but maybe they'll throw us a bone in a year or two as they update this thing. Speaking of, 8 gigabytes of unified memory is of course pretty lame, but they really didn't have a choice with the processor they decided to use with it, the way it's packaged together. That said, it's really fine for what most people will use MacBook Neo for, and assuming Apple upgrades to the A19 Pro next year, they'll also be moving to 12 gigabytes of memory at the same time. and that will be great. So I'm looking forward to trying this thing out and giving it some real time. We'll see if I end up taking it back to Apple at that point, or if it becomes a permanent addition, but I'm feeling cautiously optimistic about its utility in my particular workflow.